I also wanted to bring up this study. You know, we worked in the mortgage industry,
For
so
sure.
Wells Fargo released a study, and it reveals that Gen Zs are looking to be business owners and entrepreneurs instead of the traditional white picket fence, go
American
get a home,
dream.
American dream. So they're living their American dream through home ownership. I mean,
Yeah.
through entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship.
I'm sorry,
Hmm.
and not the traditional home ownership that most people were taught, and with the history books and with all the propaganda that was
I
pushed
was
to
gonna
us
say.
growing up. So when you saw that study, what did you think?
It made complete sense to me. And not just because I worked in the mortgage industry, but also because I'm looking at the landscape. And again, Gen Z is calling BS on so much of the propaganda machine
Yeah.
that was the white. It was all marketing. It
Yes.
was all, oh, have all of these kids. That was just so you could buy all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was all marketing. And so Gen Z is coming in and saying, you know what, we're going to own our businesses. We're going to own our brands. We're going to take ownership in like how we're going to rely on, we're going to bet on ourselves
Yes.
for our income instead of relying on the machine and being a, and having to, I guess, spend 20 to 25 years hoping that I don't do something wrong and,
Exactly.
and lose my entire livelihood, which is, as a millennial, I saw that.
I
Like
was just
I've
about to
seen,
say
yes,
that.
I
I
was gonna
mean,
say.
2006, 2008, we seen our parents
Come
who worked,
on.
or our uncles or cousins. These people worked their whole life. I
Life.
was in Detroit.
Whole
We went
life.
bankrupt.
I'm trying to tell you.
The big three, Ford,
Yeah.
GM, Chrysler, that was the middle class. That was the Silicon Valley of the
Yeah.
80s and the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
We literally saw that get wiped away. So we saw people homes get taken, 401ks,
Yep.
Roth IRA, all these pensions. It ain't no pensions no more. So
Yes.
it's like
Ain't no pensions no more.
we're not really buying.
Hmm.
And then I think technology made the world smaller.
Smaller. Yeah.
So this notion that I just want to lock down a house just on the east side of Detroit and live there. Man, I might want
Yeah.
to be in Cancun for a week. I'm in Jersey hanging out.
Hmm.
We on the West Coast in Nevada, at Vegas. Oh, we down. We shot
Absolutely.
to LA. Oh, we
Yes.
up in Seattle. We got a
Yes.
homegirl from college. Come on, like people
Yeah.
flying out, they doing all this type of stuff. Like social media made the world smaller. You might have a
Yeah.
friend that's in Chicago,
Yes.
so now it's like I don't want to be bottled down here.
You can have a friend that moved to England. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And you can have somebody, you can have a pipeline in China because of your brand and stuff like that. So you spend some time in Thailand or India or
Exactly.
wherever.
The
And
world is
so
smaller.
it's so much smaller. And so the idea of it's like a home is temporary, but a brand will last forever.
And it used to be the other way. It used to be
Yes.
like, well, you start this small business, it might not do nothing, whatever.
Mm,
But people are seeing with artificial intelligence, with social media, with digital marketing, you don't need tens of thousands of dollars of capital to
no,
start a small need based business
no.
locally or internationally
Right.
anymore. So,
Don't you need like $250 to get an LLC?
bruh, get you a LLC and start making some content,
Something.
have a big personality.
Yes.
Somebody gonna start trying to pay you for some
Intellectual
ads.
property is really the new means of
Yes.
income. Get you something that's yours. And that's what land though is looked at. My grandma always says God ain't making no more land.
Yes, but
She
here I
always will
think the
say that.
problem I think the problem with the investing in the home, and I'm not telling people not to get a
I
home,
would
right?
never say that.
I think the problem is it's not just the home, and the math is not mathing like it used to math 10
Right.
years ago.
Yeah.
10, 20 years ago, yes, you get a home, you can rehab it and live in it. Now, I'm saying if you buy a house tomorrow, right? And you have Airbnb, so you know
Mhm.
how real estate issues will come up.
I'm telling
You
you.
buy a house and then now you need a new roof or you got an electrical issue. That's 6, 7,000, 10,000,
Yeah.
and like people are like inflation is really taking over the trades and plumbers and all that. Private equity owns these firms now.
Yeah.
Private equity is going around in all these major cities buying up all the plumbers, all the electricians, but they keeping it the local branding. They're keeping the local branding. So now when you go and you buy a home and you're looking at this property and you say, "Oh, I just probably need 20, $30,000 worth of work," and you call a carpenter, you call a welder, you call a plumber, you call an electrician, and you getting these quotes, and you like $10,000 for what?
Mhm.
15, 20, 30,000. My whole budget for the whole house rehab was
Right.
20.
Right.
And you don't realize you're talking to a private equity firm that owns all of these companies, and you might get a deal or a quote that say 6,000, and the job is really worth 2, and you pay the 6 because you heard all the other companies say 10 and 15, so you think that 6 is a good deal.
Yeah.
And this is how private equity is monopolizing, making home ownership not as accessible. These jobs are not, when you coming out of college, they're not paying you a lot. So yes, our fathers, our brothers, our uncles, our moms, our aunties had homes and all that at 22, 23. But they
Absolutely.
also had children at 15, 14. Like, we're not having kids as early.
But also, they're not, they didn't have the type of career access that we have,
Correct.
and were still able to obtain homes. So
Correct.
that says something too, that we can get paid more and have less.
Yeah. Inflation is just eating everything up. I mean, insurance,
Cuz my mom was a
um,
single mom with 2 kids, and she had a
food,
house, yeah.
transportation, everything is up so much more. So, and if you do the math, like getting a just a rinky dink apartment somewhere in the
Yeah.
same different in the same, decent neighborhood is probably a better investment long term. I mean, in the short term,
Mhm.
and then you start your business and all that. Like you said, you can be in England for 3 weeks. You got a mortgage, taxes, and insurance. You're not doing that. But if your apartment, I had a friend, her apartment lease expired,
Mhm.
and she just like traveled for like a year.
Really?
She came and lived in Georgia for two
Wow.
for like 2 months with one of her
Mhm.
friends. Got up, went to Vegas for 2 months. Was dating some dude in
Mhm.
Denver. I'm like, what are you doing in Denver?
Chilling.
She was dating some dude in Denver for like 4 months. Okay, got tired of him. Went back, lived with her parents for like 2, 3 more months. They like, oh, so what are you gonna do? Oh, I'm looking at getting another apartment. Man, she been traveling, and that's the happiest I've seen
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
And then I also got other friends who've bought houses, and they like every dollar they get, they just
Give it to the
and
house.
they don't have no freedom to go do nothing because their wealth is being stolen because
Yeah.
they bought into this dream of white picket fence, buy a house. And it's like, okay, yes, you buy real estate, yes, you make investments, but Gen Zs and millennials are seeing that the best investment you can make
I was gonna
today
say
is in
it
yourself,
is.
is in something that you can own and you can scale real quick.
Mhm.
And you want the brand to buy your house.
Yeah.
Like, not you put all your money and all your capital into this piece of
Absolutely.
land, and now
Absolutely.
you don't have any money to develop it because you set your dreams to the side. So
Yeah.
I can understand why people are delaying that purchase because it's a big deal.
Seriously. And then everything's inflated.
Thank you guys for watching. In order to continue to support independent journalism, I need you to subscribe to our page below. And also, if you want the full podcast and more exclusive content, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description.